us yoga in the 18 chapters. And it's basically saying that these are the different paths, these are the different hows, these are the different ways that you can, that different people of different proclivities can experience their ocean in their wave or their yoked horses. Okay? And so one of them is called karma yoga. Now karma, as we talked about yesterday, the word karma comes from the Sanskrit root kar, which means action. I want to unpack karma yoga a little bit for you guys and this notion of karma. So most of us were brought, the way that the word karma is used in contemporary America is action and reaction, almost like a ricochet effect. Like, I'm going to give somebody my parking space, and then later when I really need it, I'm going to get a parking space back or something like this. If I break up with somebody, then someone's going to break up with me. Or if I give somebody flowers, somebody's going to give me a flower, something like that. We think it's action and reaction. And I think part of the challenge for us contemporary yoga practitioners is we get drips and drabs of these ancient traditions, and then they can confuse us when they don't totally work out. But what's often happened is that those ideas came to us not in complete form, and we misunderstood them. So there are a lot of people doing a lot of really horrible things in this world right now. Look at what's going on in Syria. There are really horrible acts. And no, I do not believe that Bashar al-Assad is going to get his karmic due in his lifetime. Even if something happened to him tomorrow, all of what he's done to those people, that does not net out, right? Mm-hmm. And so, in dialogue with people over the years, it would be like, well, okay, if we really believe in karma, then why is he getting away with doing such horrible things? Why did Hitler get away with killing 6 million people? Why, why did that all happen? And people come up with these crazy, oh, well, I'm sure that he's really suffering on the inside, or, something like this from I don't really care how much he's suffering on the inside. That does not net out. The good news is, that's actually not those actually are not the laws of karma. That's no one ever said karma was that way. Karma means action and reaction, but what they mean by karma means action and reaction is more of what we would call the butterfly effect. So does anybody here know what I mean when I say the butterfly effect?
I think so.
Want to give it a shot?
I think it's a tiny action here, or you throw a pebble in the pond. It creates a small ripple that then can become a larger ripple elsewhere, somewhere totally not directly connected to you. That's all.
Right. So I'm just going to kind of exaggerate that story for a second so that we can understand. So somebody drops a pebble in a lake, and there's a small ripple, and for some reason that ripple made the fish inside the lake go a different direction than it might have. And that fish then swam into the bait of a fisherman, and the fisherman got an extra fish that day. And because the fisherman got an extra fish that day, he was able to sell it for a few more dollars at the market. And those few more dollars, they were able to buy fuel for the fire, or somebody got an extra shirt because the kid got an extra shirt. You follow me, right? Because this got to happen and this got to happen, all because somebody put a little pebble in the lake. And so that is something that is completely, if karma is, I give a parking space and hey, 20 years ago I gave someone my parking space and I'm still not getting a parking space back, that's hard to argue with. We don't know. Somebody that's doing something horrible in the world and not getting their due, again, that's up for debate, It's not, it's a concept you can argue with, and it doesn't always really make a lot of sense. But when you think that every action does have a reaction, like this made this happen, okay, so I took the other way home, and then when I did, I saw, a homeless person who I normally wouldn't have seen because it wasn't on my normal ride home, and then I helped that person, and because that one day that person got an extra meal, that person got on their feet, they went back, and it changed somebody's life, all because there was construction, and I couldn't go my normal way home, type of thing. That's the kind of stuff that, it's hard to argue with. We don't exactly know how it works, but we know that it works. We don't know how, but we know that it does. Yes?
So we tend to think, like you're saying, that it's the action, reaction. We tend to think it's a reaction back towards us, but it's not. It's not a reaction back. There's a reaction, then they have nothing, it doesn't come back full circle to us. Is that
It
right?
may.
It might, but it's not necessarily
Correct.
always.
Correct. It's like we can't know where it will go.
Mhm.
Like that's up to the universe.
Yeah.
And that's actually the teaching of karma yoga. Karma yoga as a practice is that we know that our actions have reactions, but we can't be attached to them because we have no control over them. If there is a number one teaching of the Bhagavad Gita, if there is a number one teaching of yoga, it is not being attached to the result of your actions.